we're here to share the most joyful news in the world. Sometimes without us even realizing, this is actually such joyful news and very exciting news because it's a way to go to the land of truth while we're living. Yeah. And because actually, if we don't have that mind within us while we're alive and living with that mind, right, then actually when we die, it also doesn't exist. Yeah. So while we're living, right, how to have that everlasting mind, that universe mind within, one must get rid of that incomplete person, which is a picture. That incomplete person, that self that lives inside of the human mind, along with that human mind world. And when we get rid of that, then in that universe mind, where only the universe mind remains, born again from that consciousness, then one can actually live forever. Yeah. So, what does it mean to live forever though, right? What is this land of truth and how do we find this land of truth in the universe? So if we think about the universe existence, right? But before all material existence came out to the world, if we think about the universe from forever time ago, and from forever ago, before material things have come out, it was actually just the emptiness. And as you all know, we represent the emptiness, the universe emptiness in this way. So forever ago, only this universe emptiness existed, right? But then at some point, roughly around 13.8 billion years ago, eventually the world that we come to know of, the material things of the world, comes out forth into existence. So the stars, the sun, the moon, earth, right? So before humans were born into the world though, and when seen from the perspective of this emptiness, which is the original universe, when seen from this perspective, actually it's the case that the sun, stars, moon, earth had actually not been in existence. And that is why when Sakyamuni Buddha, when he came to his great enlightenment, what that enlightenment was that material things have never been born into the world. And that existence, therefore, is the existence of no birth. So even though we as human beings, we may think, all of this material creation of the world, it's existing, right? It's like come out to the world. And in some ways, therefore, like birthed into existence. But from the perspective of the universe that's eternal and everlasting, this here comes and goes and nothing is everlasting. So there's no true life, no eternal life. And that's why there's no true birth of this existence. And however, though, also Sakyamuni's Buddha enlightenment was that, what eternally never disappears, which is actually this universe emptiness, this existence here has no death, never disappears. So it's the existence of no death. And what is no death? In other terms, other terminology, right? It is the existence that is eternal, everlasting, never changing, the live waking existence that is the universe emptiness. So it's the case though that when people come out to the world, right? As people come out to the world, it was the human mind that came to think that, hey, all of this world here exists. But what that is, it is the human mind within oneself that makes a copy of what belongs to the world. And we think that that world exists. But this here, it is an illusion. It's not the actual world in truth, but it's just a copy, which is therefore an illusion. And illusion is not being what is real, and therefore it's falseness. Yeah. So we mistakenly think that this world here exists, but it's actually just us ourselves being deceived by our own mind of these illusions, by these lies. However, because this universe existence that is everlasting, never dying, being this universe emptiness, right? If we're born again from this here, this place here, then we can see how here, while living, this place, which is the universe, the world exists in itself in truth. This place here is actually the land of truth, with oneself here in truth. Land of truth. Yeah. But again, even though, right, there's always this universe existence, it was the human mind that's overlapping simultaneously. It was the human mind that comes to think that people exist, that humans exist, and that the stars, the moon, the sun, earth exist, and oneself existing. But that again that there is just a copy of what belongs to the world, right? And because it's been overlapping, we mistakenly think it to be real when it's actually just falseness. This here is just a picture existence, and that's why it's an illusion. And that is actually why we can get rid of it, throw it away, because it's just a picture in our mind. So material things were just birthed by other material things. And in that way, when the lifespan ends, it just returns to dirt. And even if that dirt disappears, doesn't exist, then it just returns to this emptiness, right? So from here, this emptiness, this here being the source of life, but all things that come and go just temporarily, ultimately, there's no life in this because it just disappears and there's nothingness of it. And so that's why also Sisingum says that all of material things that's been coming out into the world, it's like it's a robot existence, lifeless robot, and that it comes out according to situations and conditions, and then also with time it just disappears and there's nothingness of it. Yeah. So while we're alive, while we still have this body, if we discard that incomplete self and that world, which is just a robotic existence of human mind, right? And return back to this emptiness, which is the universe, which is the source, and born again from there, then we can see within this emptiness, myself born again as this universe mind that's everlasting, alive, waking consciousness, and one with this world in truth. So this emptiness consists of both body and mind, the pure emptiness, but the live, waking consciousness. So when we're born again from here, then the world in oneself actually lives forever. Yeah. So this can be achieved and should be achieved while we're living. So because ourselves stuck inside of this mind world that is a picture, right? If we're only conscious of only the pictures you take of this world, then what happens when the lifespan ends and one just disappears? So that's why when one gets out of this picture world, that mind world, and come to enlighten and realize about this emptiness, this universe that never dies, never disappears, and then born from this consciousness here, if I can draw that, born from here with this existence, then you can see how this place here is actually the land of truth, everlasting. So while living, right, don't live with that human mind to just disappear, but be born again from the universe, which is truth, and really live forever as a universe that's everlasting. So with that, naturally then, one can know the principles of the world. And naturally with the principles of the world, with just being one in oneness with the world and with oneself in truth, then really doing accordingly, really having that mind of acceptance, really being able to work diligently and achieve things in truth, right, in this actual world, based on the actuality versus myself just always running inside of my karma or my habits, or just living for the body, but just for it to disappear. There's no meaning in that. So as you live your daily life, right? But at the same time, putting time to meditate, it's actually something great that's being achieved just bit by bit. Yeah.